and welcome back to the channel. Okay, before, as I was setting up, the message that was coming through is, this is the quote. This message has been brought to you by the letter Q, which is usually how they open, I think, Sesame Street. But the other thing that came through was Avenue Q. So this message is brought to you by the letter, I think I said Q, but I meant P, by the letter P. And then the other thing that came through the other night was Avenue Q, which is a song maybe for persons 18 plus. So the letters coming out are P and Q. QP? Something like that? I don't know. Let's see. We've got our traditional, our normal deck that we have since we're traveling. We also found in our suitcase the Witch's Familiar Oracle, and we have our angel numbers. So we'll pull some for you. Let's see what we have as far as that message coming out for you. Okay, starting off, we've got Seven of Pentacles, so really putting in the work. And obviously, there looks like this is a financial reading. King of Pentacles. Okay. I was hearing something about the base for the poverty line. They're saying that in the United States it is, I think, 140,000, which is crazy, because even if you had a good job, like, who makes that? Both adults, if you have children, would have to be working a fairly decent job to have that kind of income in the household. So that makes you wonder how much percentage of the American people would be considered at poverty line, if that would be a threshold for having your own home and having a average income for inflation. Okay, I think we want to read these before we go further. Okay, Seven of Cups. So really making the decisions. If you are school age or you're considering to go back to college, really look at all those components before you choose a career. I don't want to say don't do something out of love or passion, but do make sure that you're being compensated. And if there's certain career fields where you can pivot, healthcare career fields, you can pivot sometimes into different directions. So find a career path that you could easily pivot or add to your education to get certifications, so you could do maybe a different position within the same umbrella, right? We have Ace of Cups, and I literally just told you maybe don't do something for the love of it, but do make sure you're getting compensated. So you see the emotional aspect of it through this cup, but you also see you're being gifted something from heaven. You see how the stars are aligning, and it looks like a monetary gain, but it looks like the emotions are overflowing, or what you're putting in is overflowing. So just make sure that there's an even distribution, even reciprocity. What is that word? That's reciprocal, right? That you're not just giving all to anything in life, let alone your career field. You spend so much of your day there, you should be compensated. That's interesting. I thought we had this. Oh, okay. So holding on to our money. Also, given the circumstances or the state of the economy right now, I would say just kind of be cognizant of that. Holding on to money, tucking it away. This isn't the time to do frivolous spending. It's not the time to be buying a vehicle. We're going to wait until that bubble bursts. So it's being called to be a miser, being called to tuck away your money and to definitely figure out side steps that are available for you so you can gather a little bit more income for rainy days. Then we have the Five of Cups. So worrying about spilt milk, right? Worrying about something lost, even though you still have some, it's just not it doesn't look like it's equivalent to what you've lost, right? So not trying to cause fear, but perhaps keeping an eye on your investments in the market. We see a lot of billionaires, millionaires, and they're reallocating funds, or they're pulling funds, or they're selling off like these big corporations. So money is getting shifted around a lot right now, and perhaps whatever you have a good stock that would be potentially harmful for you or your nest egg, and you're putting it into something that's considered risky. Stocks are considered risky. They're in a sense kind of gambling, because there is no guarantee that you're going to come out with more or that you're going to come out ahead, because you're playing a market. So I would say that if you have stocks, just to kind of keep an eye on them, or perhaps maybe take out. But again, that's up to you, because you're making your own financial decisions, because this is for entertainment purposes only. But we're being called to hoard money, or to be a miser with our money, and kind of keep track of every red cent. And this is ultimately going to benefit the family. So 10 of Cups, so multiple generations under one household. And that's interesting, because that came out, and currently there's a conversation going on with whether or not, because there's a law in the United States where adult children can have to pay the bill of their aging parents, and so people are specifically, you have Oprah and then somebody else talking about forgiveness and like multiple generations. The conversation is now multiple generations under one household, and perhaps some of these people do not associate with their parents for one reason or another. So now they are liable for financial bills. So this could be speaking about that matter, and there could be something as far as the income regarding taking care of an elderly or aging parent. All right, let's pull an angel number. Maybe that was something to do with Avenue Q. Like, maybe that was something that caused a rift. And you can look up the reason why I'm saying Avenue Q. 444. Protection, change, rebellion, guidance, justice, truth, character, love. Get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going forward. Your ambitions and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. Okay. Whoops. Let's get you a familiar, and this might be coming up, or you might see it around at this particular moment when this is going down. It's another way of just figuring out if this message is resonating with you. And also, by the way, welcome back to Saturday Morning Tarot. I know it's not morning. It is what it is. I'm so afraid I'm going to bump this camera. Okay. More than one. Why not? Okay, octopus. So water sign or the number 7 might be coming up. I saw an octopus. Well, I didn't even watch the whole video. They had the octopus banging on the keyboard. Maybe that's coming up on your feed as well. And then we have the number 2 or fire sign with the lion. It looks like the lioness. The mama, not the, I don't know if he's out hunting, but she has 2 babies. Perhaps this is like a tipping of the hat to our single parents. Maybe that's coming out. Let's see. Find out in our little book. Okay. Oh. So the lion, I'm going to pull it forward so you can see our little lion. Okay. When you envision lions, you may think of the large male with their shadowy manes and loud roars, but it is actually the females that do the bulk of the hunting. Oh, and I said maybe he's out hunting. Females do the bulk of the hunting for a group of lions known as a pride. Working together, they bring down prey much larger than themselves. They often help raise the cubs of other members of the pride, guarding and nursing the young of all. Because of this, lions are the perfect representation of feminine power. Okay, so perhaps you have like a parent adjacent, somebody who raised you like instead of your parent. I don't know if it's a grandparent, or I'm feeling like a neighbor or somebody within your community had a little bit more oversight or watching you more often. Like if you were a latchkey kid, meaning that you would get off of school and you would be at home alone, perhaps there was somebody within your neighborhood that was keeping an eye on all the kids on the block. All of us have our feminine side, no matter what gender we identify as. Avenue Q, hello. This card is a good reminder that get in touch with those aspects of yourself that you consider feminine, whether that is nurturing people you love or being fiercely defensive of those you consider to be part of your extended family. Okay. Feed others, guard your territory, or simply lie around in the sun giving affectionate headbutt. Let your inner lion roar. Okay, let's find octopus now. Okay. Octopus. Okay. The 8-limbed octopus is remarkable for its ability to squeeze into tiny spaces, squirt a dark ink when it feels threatened, camouflage its skin by changing colors, and also for unusual intelligence. It not only has been shown to be capable of problem solving, but also known how to play and use tools. In mythology, the kraken was a legendary giant sea monster, probably based on the large octopus. They are a worthy symbol of water magic. Oh, maybe you're asked to do some sort of water magic at this time. Example, if you get your cup, you fill it up with water, and then you say something and you think about it every time you drink. You set your intentions on the water so that every time you're drinking from that cup, you are drinking in that intention. So specifically a glass cup would be good, or if you have a cup that you could either add stickers with sayings on it, or if you could tape on writing to the cup so that way you're looking at it and it's a reminder. Okay, water magic is calling to you, beckoning with its many arms. If you can't get to the ocean, try walking in the rain or visiting sacred lakes or springs. Make your own magic water by leaving a jar out under the moonlight or adding crystals. If you can get to the beach, look for a special shell or rock to add to your altar that represents water magic. If you can't, just find a symbol that says water magic to you and focus on that. So again, setting intentions and focusing. All right, we hope this message found you in good health, and we will be back next time for Saturday Morning Tarot. Be seeing you and the cards.